Welcome to the final part in our series here. If you've been with me this whole time, I want to thank you for joining me. If you're following along at home, I hope you've enjoyed yourself as much as I have having you along. Now I'm adding the fence for our old crow to stand on. Just adding the outline lightly in light umber. Just an old falling down fence. Been there a long time. Maybe the owners of the old log cabin maybe they're older, maybe they don't have time to go out and fix it. I'll fill it in the base color with the same light umber. When you're coloring, make sure you go along with the grain of the wood. Go in the direction that the color of the grain would be. Then go back with a brown on the dark areas to add some details, and then finish up with dark umber to add your shadows and the dark places. Then of course your highlight with, you guessed it, goldenrod. I've chosen goldenrod to do the highlights in this picture. You can use just about any yellow color though, as long as it's not too bright. Now we're going to add some deep shrubs, some grassy areas. To do that, we're going to use Imperial Violet. Just color it in smoothly in this corner. You don't want to go all the way across the page. We're just going to keep it to this one corner underneath the tree where the weeds are kind of growing up. Just add it here and there. And go over the top of that with dark green. See, the violet's going to be your shadow area underneath, using that color for effect. And the green represents weedy and grassy area. Blend that in. And if you'd like, you can add a brown to the green when you mix it, just to add a nice fall color, because this is going to be a fall scene. Just add some little green leaflets on top for clovers. Then go back with our sage green. Start filling in more of the foreground, just all over, smooth, not too dark. You want to keep it light. Just here and there all around. Just however you want to do it. You be the own judge of your picture. Then we'll take some orange, and this is where the fall really starts to come into it, the autumn colors. Lightly in the back, and as you come forward, mix it with the green, put it down a little heavier, just a regular orange. Smooth strokes all across. You don't want any deep lines. Then add a little crimson lake, very, very lightly. Very lightly, because when you mix it with the colorless blender, it really darkens. You don't want it too dark. And you just blend it all together with your colorless blender marker. You can see how that marker makes those colors just come alive. They're so bright. Magic marker. Now you add some spring green to the side, even, and then go back with your crimson lake and fill in wherever you think it would look nice. Now there's an old branch here maybe that's fallen off, and we're going to add it using light umber. Just color it in. Get those twiggies drawn out there. Then go back with terracotta, which is a rich reddish brown color, and add that in. Add just a little shading. Then dark umber for the really deep shadow areas, and go back with our goldenrod for the highlights. And the sun's just making these little branches glow because they're thin. Now we want to add in a little some plant life here and there, just some fall colors, some leaves. And I want you to experiment here. Just use the colors that you think would look nice. Terracotta, orange, crimson lake, colors like that, just all around. Add some orange here and there. So you just get a different mix of colors and blend it in, and it just really comes alive. Now we'll throw in some shrubs by this old house, some old weeds that are growing up there, and maybe an old fence over here using your Imperial Violet. Just an old simple fence, put that in. Now it looks like we're done. Just one more thing to add, and that would be some smoke coming out of the chimney. It's a cold fall day, so with your cloud gray. By the way, this picture is going to be part of a fairy tales and folklore book I'm self-publishing, and hope to have it out by this Halloween. So if you'd like to pick up a copy, just let me know.